So guys, we got a great article from Salon here, and we're gonna get into this. You guys are gonna find this to be hilarious, but before we get into this, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by June. So do me a favor, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. So paternity tests are big business because women aren't trusted, is what this is called. The annual ritual of Father's Day has come and gone, and retailers are projected to be a record $16 billion richer for it. But paternity provides an commercial opportunity all year round in the form of paternity test kits. DNA testing is big business, but the industry is selling a particular product. So this right here to me sounds already like it's a woman writing this that's mad that women are getting called out on their crap. While it offers certainty about family relationships and personal identity, in fact, what it marks is a toxic mistrust of women. This idea become pervasive, prevalent in popular culture, and even threatens to shape legislation. While there are no reliable data because not all test companies are accredited, and analysts from one of the major companies estimate that 1 million paternity tests are performed each year in the United States, according to industry reports. Big paternity is projected to be 3.8 billion industry by 2023. Okay. There are two kinds of paternity tests. The first is a legal forensic test ordered by courts for child support and custody cases. And then there is so-called discretionary tests that are not medically or legally necessary. These are at-home kits advised on billboards and the internet and sold in your local pharmacy. They're what the website referred to as peace of mind testing. But the peace of mind doesn't come for free. While the price of home paternity tests has dropped dramatically in recent years thanks to improvements in technology, the costs still exceed $100. The kits are offered as teaser prices, but separate lab fees quickly add up. Testing today accounts for 36% of revenues in the recent years, have driven the DNA industry rapid growth. According to analysts, the industry has benefited from an increased number of babies being born out of wedlock. At the same time, new labs have entered the market profitably, hinging on increasing consumer demand. The only people who need a paternity test, however, are those unsure of the results. Precondition health concerns of healthy paternity test industry, in other words, is like, okay, so long story short, this is a bunch of wordy bullshit. But 1/3 of all children that are tested for paternity are not the man that's tested. Okay, so that's not a quite accurate group of people because there would be uncertainty. But there are plenty of married couples that a man has no idea, or he has no idea, but the kid isn't his. I can give you a story. A friend of mine knows this guy that was always happy, had 3 daughters. He was having pain in his testicles and went to a doctor. The doctor ended up telling him that his testicles were not attached to his scrotum, so his testicles were not working. So he was not making man juice. His man juice was not. It was shooting blanks. He had 3 daughters and had been married for 20 some years. And when he went home and talked to his wife told him that she had been screwing a guy down the street for 20 some years, and all 3 kids were his. And this man had been married for like 30 years when he found out that all of his kids were not his, and his youngest kid was 20 years old. So this man was married to a woman who had 3 kids by someone else, and this man provided for 3 children that were not his, and she lied to him. And he was married. He had no idea. There are plenty of cases of children getting hurt and the father taking a blood test to donate blood or a kidney or doing some sort of medical treatment to save the kid's life or help the kid's life, and he doesn't match because it's not his kid. The blood types aren't even the same. So this doesn't go just to unwed people or children out of wedlock. The fact of the matter is this should be mandatory for all births. Because if you're going to make someone legally responsible for a child for 18 years minimum, then you would never be okay with someone making you buy a house, but you could never look at it. You would never you would never be allowed to go start a business and get money from investors and tell the investors, "Hey, I can't tell you what the business is. I can't show you a business plan. I can't tell you anything about the business, but I need X amount of dollars and it'll be worth it." Like, that's not how this works. Little wonder then that companies traffic in doubt. Find answers to life's most important questions. One site. Don't let uncertainty tear you apart. Urges another. Companies cite a widely circulated and thoroughly debunked statistic that as many as 30% of people that don't know their biological father's identity. The actual number, according to multiple studies, is in the low single digits. That's not true. That's not true at all. This is obviously salon, so this is slanted towards women. You can already see the feminist, leftist, womanist ideology in the way this is written. They warn consumers that thousands of men are unknowingly paying child support for other men's children, which is true, which pioneered direct-to-consumers market of DNA tests campaigns to raise awareness of paternity fraud. In this context, daytime television is a giant product placement opportunity. Big paternity forms partnerships with experts who double as media personalities. Ohio-based DNA Center is credible as paternity testers to the stars. Its media portfolio featured on its website includes Maury Povich and 20 other television shows. The judge dramatically pulls the DNA results from an envelope embezzled with the company logo. It is not by chance that the paternity reveals become a plotline, just as DNA industry became aggressively direct to consumer market in the late 1990s. As the industry has gone global, so too has this entertainment genre. A paternity reveal show recently debuted in Uganda. Most companies' websites, however, like this is way too wordy for no reason. Way too wordy for no reason. But long story short, this article talks mainly about how this is bad towards women. This came out in June 23rd of 2019. There is no doubt in a woman's mind when she has a child that that's her child. But there is doubt for a man, because you never know. Like, there's been studies that show that 55% of men cheat and 50% of women cheat. So the amount of cheating that's going on is equal. The difference is men don't get pregnant. They don't. Men can't lie and tell women that this is their kid, but women can tell men this is your kid, and it happens a lot. And I've never seen any of these talk shows have the logo on the DNA test. It's always in a vanilla envelope. I've never seen a logo of anything other than the talk show on there. But do you guys think that the paternity test is a business for making women seem untrustworthy, or is it that women's actions make them untrustworthy? Is it possible that regardless if it hurts a woman's feelings, a man has a right to know if that's his child or not? Like, isn't it better for the woman's feelings to be hurt than a man to have to live with 18 years of his life not knowing if this is his kid or not because it's questionable? So we just make it mandatory. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As always, guys, stay savage.